Right, good morning everyone. Today's HBL will be on checking your understanding for exercise 5.1. You have already done your questions on hard copy foolscap, and now I would like you to check your answers and submit on 15th of May. Alright, so let's go. Now, first question, we will check on our understanding again. So because they want scale factor, so scale factor will always be image over object. Alright, now this arrow here actually says that this shape is the image, right? And this shape is the object. Okay, to keep it simple, I will use it I will use O, right? So for the first answer, I will use the image length divided by the object length. Alright, so check that you have the correct answer. Then you must be wondering, how come there is another arrow equal sign, right? So always remember to express in the simplest form. So what does that mean? It means that I can further divide this by 6, divide this by 6, alright? And therefore the answer is just 2/3. Okay, now so let's go to the next one. So similarly, this is my image, this is my object. So not only you can compare the outer, circumference and perimeter, you could also compare the radius, right? So similarly, I will take the image length divided by the object length. So there you go, check your answer, 3/4. Part C, image and object. Then you will start to wonder, right? Because if let's say I only have one digit, then it's quite straightforward. But what if I have so many, or rather all the lengths are given? Then the idea of corresponding is important, right? So corresponding, what does it mean? It means that you must compare the same pair of length, right? So if you take 20, you must divide by 15. If you take 16, and the corresponding length will be 12, and the corresponding length of 12 in the image shape will be 9 on the object shape. So you can take any pair, right? So you can take 12 over 9, which is the brown color, right? Or you could also take which is the brown color, right? Pair. Or you could take 20 divided by 15, or you could take 16 divided by 12. Now all the three pair should give you the same answer. Lastly, if you look at the last shape, then you must be wondering, I don't have this length, I don't have this length. Now I have this length, but do I really have this length? So pause a while, think about it. So do you see that actually this length here, oh no, cannot. Okay, so do you see that if I were to look at this shape, right, if I can draw a line down, if this is 6, then here to here should be 6. Make sense? So similarly, here to here should be 8. Make sense? So from here, I know that the total length, that this length here is 14, and I could compare 24 and 14. So there you go. The answer is 12 over 7. Okay. Now for question 2, I would like to see the scale factor for the reduction. So you may want to take note that it is a reduction. So reduction means the image is smaller, right? Image. So you may write on your foolscap, right? The image is smaller. Therefore, if you are wondering like which one is my image, right? Then the answer will be the smaller one is the image, and therefore this is the object. Okay, so from here, then you want to find out your scale factor. So could you like compare 12 and 20? No, right? Because it's not the corresponding length. Now, how do I know the corresponding length if I don't use observation? I could, remember, we could label the alphabets. Alright, so if I want to use EF, then EF is 1 and 2, right? So it must correspond to the other shape 1 and 2, which is AB. Yeah? And then I know that the orange highlighted is wrong. It shouldn't be 20, it should be like AB, right? So therefore I have my final answer. Okay, pause the video if you need to. Okay, so for question 8, I want to know the scale factor of the reduction. Now this time round, question 2 and 8 looks a little bit different because question 2 I still could use observation, but question 8, I'm not sure this 14 corresponds to, you know, the BC or AC or AB, right? So what I could do, if I want to be very sure, first I understand that this is a similar triangle, so I could label the number, right? A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Similarly for D, E, F. So now I also want to identify which one is. So very important, I want to label the order, right? The order, the sequence of the shape. Also, I want to identify which one is my image and which one is my object, right? Because if I don't do that, then I don't know how to find the scale factor. So let's try. Since this is a reduction, again the image is smaller. I have a smaller image, which means this must be my image, this must be object. Do you get it correct? So now I want to do a scale factor, right? So scale factor, then I could look at two lengths. I could look at 14, I could look at 17. So let's just try. If I look at DE, right? DE, DE is 1 and 2. So 1 and 2. Then I must look at AB, which is 1 and 2 as well. So AB, fortunately, I have both the length. So I could say that this is 14 over 42, and therefore the answer is 1/3, right? Now, if I want to find unknown length, then I have to recall on my notes, my summary page, right? I could use similar triangle to find unknown length, point number 3, right? So the idea is really to use the scale factor. Then I will look at point number 2, right? I can use scale factor to find. So step 1, I want to write down the scale factor formula. Write down all the things I know, the image length and the object length. Then I want to substitute the value inside. So let's try. So EF, again I want to look at my scale factor. So I write down my scale factor equals to my EF. So EF is 2 and 3, then it will be BC, right? Which is 2 and 3 as well. So this is how I establish the first part. Second part, I really want to write down the lengths I know, right? So EF over BC is equals to 1 over 3. Then I want to do a cross multiply, right? So I multiply this upwards, I will get 36. And I multiply this upwards, I will get 3EF. I want to find EF. I don't want the 3, so I'll bring the 3 over. So then I can get the value, right? So again, AC, I will want to use skew factor. So skew factor, since I already have skew factor, right? So to use skew factor, what I do is I will first write down the skew factor and write down the AC. So AC, if I were to compare A and C is 1 and 3, so it must correspond to D and F. And that is why it is DF over AC. Yeah. So writing down, I know that 17 is over. So 17 over AC is this, right? So I cross multiply, I will get AC. I cross multiply, I will get 17 times 3. So check your answer, it is 51. Yeah. Now last one, I want to find EDF. EDF. So EDF's the sequence is 2, following this, following the labeling order here. So E is 2, D is 1, and F is 3, right? So 2, 1, 3. So if I follow 2, 1, 3, I will get BAC, yeah? So this is my BAC, and BAC, if I look at the diagram, it's 44. Okay, so do your corrections, hand in the foolscap, hard copy foolscap on Monday, right? So I'll see you on Monday. Bye.